printed word has a certain magic to it. Somehow, when you read, your imagination starts seeing things and hearing things. You find yourself imagining what it's like to live in another land. Or the words may take you to another time. Words can also bring you the excitement of a dangerous sport without risking harm. The printed word can bring you a variety of experiences, and reading materials are available most any time you want them. The same is not true of other forms of communication. Movies are shown only at certain places. TV programs are on only at certain times. But you can read whenever and wherever you want to. And when you read for your pleasure, you have your choice of thousands upon thousands of different titles. You can select whatever you want most any time you want it. There are a number of ways to find books you'll enjoy. Your librarian will be able to suggest readings related to your interests. She can also lead you to lists of books which you may like. You can get ideas for new books to read yourself by looking in your Sunday paper, in the book section. If you know of a particular book that you want, and you know the title or author, the quickest way to find the book is to look it up in the card catalog. The cards, as you know, give a number to identify the book, telling you exactly where it can be found. The number also leads you to other books on the same subject. Interested in science? Science books are generally kept in one section of the library. Books on travel are kept in another section. Care to go exploring along the Amazon? Perhaps you have some sport or hobby that you'd like more information on. Anyone for stamp collecting? Arts and crafts is a good place to look if you're interested in making some puppets. Storybooks are found in yet another section. Of course, you may not have a particular book or subject in mind. Maybe you just want to browse through the library to see what you can come upon by chance. Go ahead, take your pick, any book that you want. See one you might like? Let's take a look at the table of contents. Does it look like something you'd want to read? Try reading a few lines from the opening page. Read some more from the middle of the book to get an idea of the author's style. It's not required reading. All you have to decide is, does it seem fun to read? It's up to you. Perhaps you'll find what you want in a bookstore. It can be something of an adventure, just browsing through and looking for that special book that you know you'll like. Paperbacks are the least expensive books, and they're small and easy to carry. Have you ever seen a movie that you liked so much that you wanted to read the book from which the film was made? Perhaps you found a particular author that you enjoy. You may want to read other books written by the same person. One of the best ways of learning about a book is from a friend. Books that your friends enjoy may well be books that you'll enjoy, too. Once you've made your selection, there are several ways of getting the most enjoyment from it. One thing to remember is that when you're reading for pleasure, you have a great deal of freedom in how you read. Suppose you start reading a book and, well, if you're not enjoying it, don't finish it. Put it aside and try another. The same goes for the speed at which you read. You don't have to read every word with equal care. Suppose you're reading a sports story about a basketball game. If you like, you can skim over the action very fast, just finding out what happened in the game generally. At another time, you may become interested in the personalities of the players and the details of the game. Then you can read more slowly, slowing down the action, almost taking part in the game yourself. In another book, you may be reading about an action that is so interesting that, well, you may wish to read it again. And perhaps even again. Another time, you may wish to read some poetry. You can add to your enjoyment by reading it aloud.
Just the place for a snark, the bellman cried, as he landed his crew with care, supporting each man on the top of the tide by a finger entwined in his hair.
The sounds of the words are as important for your enjoyment as what they mean.
Just the place for a snark. I have said it twice. That alone should encourage the crew. Just the place for a snark. I have said it thrice. What I tell you 3 times is true.
Suppose you find a section in a book that you're having trouble understanding. It may help to discuss it with other people, to get their viewpoints. On the other hand, you may be the kind of person who prefers to keep the experience of what you read as something very private, between the author and yourself. The important thing to remember is that when you're reading just for pleasure, you have a great deal of freedom in what you read and how you read. Reading materials are at your command to carry you to other lands, to other times, to other lives and adventures, to the farthest grasp of your thoughts and imagination.